live. Yes, I am. Woohoo! Don't you love it when a plan comes together? I'm just going to find it on my phone and then we'll get started. Dum-dum, tum-ti-tum, tum-ti-tum. Should be there somewhere. There I am. Phone volume off. And hopefully I will get comments soon. So, how is everyone? I will give you a quick update on life in our home. Well, not just our home, but life generally in a moment. I'm just going to have some coffee. I have got a bit of a cough. Keeping my fingers crossed it's nothing more than a bit of a cough. I don't think it's anything more than a bit of a cough, and the fact that I'm a little tired at the moment because of all the fun. So I just want to adjust that a little bit. All of the fun we've been having. So who we got? We've got Renee, we've got Baz, we've got Nora. Lots of people jumping on. I hope everyone is keeping well. We are playing with Darling Donkeys today. I love these. We've got them for less than 2 weeks. Got to use them. Thank you for sharing, Baz. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Pam. You made it. I saw your email and I was thinking, she's going to make it. Yay. Hi, Jan. So, yes, Darling Donkeys, only 2 weeks left. Going to miss them. Going to miss them so much. Anyway, I'm playing with all 3 of them today. I nearly did all 3 of them. Anyway, all 3 of them today. So, yes, news of my father. Right, so Jan has already asked. So let me actually just get comments up on my laptop as well. There we go. Hi, Margaret. So, father's in good form. He is still in hospital. There was a moment during over the weekend where there was a suggestion that he hadn't actually broken his ankle, but it was soft tissue damage. I spoke with the orthopaedic senior houseman yesterday, and he's confirmed it is definitely fractured. It was actually set in theatre under anaesthetic, although they didn't have to give him do any surgery. They did it under anaesthetic in theatre, so it's all strapped up. We are waiting to hear from the medical team to see if they've got to the bottom of why he was falling in the first place. We also need some final information from the physio and occupational therapists. We believe we have found somewhere where he can go and convalesce, where he will be comfortable and reasonably happy. Hi, B. Thanks for the papers. Oh, for the share. Finally got the share out. Oh, anyway, I'll come on to that. So yes, fingers crossed we're going to get him moved sometime this week, and he will be well looked after where we are going to be putting him. I don't want to really say putting him, because we're not putting him. It's somewhere he's comfortable going. He knows he can't go home until he's more mobile, and he's non-weight bearing for the moment. So until he can get himself around a bit more, he has no choice. He's got to go where he's got to go. And B, you will remember Harescombe, where we used to do the League of Pity Fates, and it's the home that is on that site. So it's a nice place. They've got space. They've confirmed they can take him. So yes, he will have to quarantine for a couple of weeks, which is not unsurprising. But bearing in mind he's non-weight bearing, it's not as if he's going to be buzzing up and down the corridors anyway for a while. So it's all good. Must join the next lot of shares. Pam, I have actually possibly got some shares that you can have. I seem to have slightly over-ordered. I'll reply to your email that you kindly sent a few minutes ago, and I will talk shares with you if you would like them. Don't feel you have to, but I will let you know what's available. So on the subject of parcels, finally I've managed to get my mini catalogue shares out. As you probably gathered, it took a while for the papers and the ribbons to arrive. They arrived last week, and I've got them chopped up and out in the post. They went out I want to say yesterday. Yes, I found a parcel box near us, and I dropped them into the parcel box yesterday, and they're already arriving. I sent them second class, so I'm just saying, but it was one of the priority parcel boxes, which is where you can put your COVID tests, but it also means that it's collected regularly. Can I visit B? No, I can't, unfortunately. Certainly not at the moment. So, no. But anyway, it's a nice place, as you say. So, I've got the shares out. So anyone who had purchased a share, terribly sorry they're late in arriving. Nothing I could have done about it, but you have now got them, or they're on their way. I've also sent out my first boxes of buy one, get one free, which I know have also arrived. They went in the same post box. I love that there is a parcel box near us. It means I can print the postage here and just drop it into this post box. And it's one of those ones with the drawer thing that flaps open and it just goes in there. And I'm really thrilled that they are actually arriving, because you never know. And people are really pleased with them, which is amazing. I'm really so happy. I've had 3 emails already this morning with people saying that their goodies have arrived and that they love them, and it just makes me so happy because they were just taking up space in the garage. So I've got some more to pack up already. I got myself up to date as of the weekend. I had some more orders already this week, so they will be packed up during the week, and I'll drop them into the post at the weekend, which is what I said I'd do, that I would do it once a week. And particularly now I know that there is a parcel post box near us, I can just pop them in there. They come in, have I got one? Yes, I have. They come in these boxes, which are 12 by 9 by 3. So they come, let me just pop one together for you ish. So they are great for the 12 by 12 papers, which I'm chopping into 6 by, morning Claire, I'm chopping into 6 by 12. So they're this size box. I don't know if you can get the sense of that. So they go as a small parcel rate, which means that even for the larger orders, I've managed to get them out in just the standard small parcel rate, which will go up to 2 kilos. So yes, and I am trying to check to see if people have die cutting machines before I send dies rather than punches, and I'm doing that by looking at what you've previously ordered, so that it's still a surprise. But as I say, you can't choose what's in it, but it's lots of little goodies. You're saving your box, are you, Pam? Well, yeah, I mean, it's, as I say, it's a wonderful way to be able to share what I've got and keep my husband happy, because it means that slowly we will be clearing some of the stuff that is in the garage and needs a new home. So remember that to get that, you need to place an order that qualifies for sale-a-bration, so anything over £45. And you don't need to use the host code. So if you're going over the host code amount, how much of what? The boxes to buy? I don't understand your question, Rachel. I need context. So what is it you're asking me how much they are? Is it literally the bit of cardboard, the box, or is it the contents of the box, or what? So if you can let me know, that would be great. But yes, £45 spend and you qualify to get one of those. Use the host code and you also get the Opal rounds this month, well, next month. I've got the take a pick tools ready to go out for my January shoppers, so those will be going out later this week. And yes, so I haven't done the housekeeping, so let me quickly do the housekeeping. This is a Facebook Live recorded on Tuesday the 16th of February. And if you're watching live, there will be a live somewhere on the screen. Normally it's up in the top right hand corner, but not always. If you're watching on Facebook as a recording, then there won't be a little live button, and if you're on YouTube, there won't be a live button. So what are the boxes? Can you buy them? The box and contents. Right, it's my bog off. So I'm doing a bog off, buy one get one free. So any orders that are placed this month, I am giving the same value in retired product. Actually, I'm giving slightly more than the value so that I know I'm giving at least the value in retired product. And it's whatever I happen to have around. The actual physical boxes, I bought 100, so I honestly can't remember how much they were. I want to say they were £30 for 100, but they may not have been that much. But I did buy 100 because I'm going to be using them. So they are free with a spend, yes. Not for demos, correct. Although demos can order from other demos, but no, they're not for demos. So yeah, it's me just giving my stuff away to my customers. They support me, I give them free stuff. And it's only for February. I will be doing other bog-offs during the year, but this is just for February as a little incentive to get your sale-a-bration stuff. So you need to qualify for a sale-a-bration item, such as Darling Donkeys. So on that note, let's flip down and make some cards. I've got 3 cards to make because we're using all of the donkeys, and I'm using a different one on each card. So let me just cover you up. And I have to adjust a little. Yes, I will. I moved my arm yesterday, day before yesterday, when I was packing up boxes, surprisingly. Right, okay, that's reasonably straight. Let me just... That'll do. That'll do. Right, so I have done a little bit of prep. Just so you know, I'm using, and this is a level 2 item, the Very Delightful Designer Series paper. This comes with the stamp set, Berry Blessings, and coordinates with the Strawberry stamp set, which is Sweet Strawberry, and there is a coordinating punch as well. So those are in the mini catalogue. You can see they've only just arrived. It's still in its wrapper. And these are in the sale-a-bration. And as I say, they're a level 2, so they're a £90 spend, and you get these, or you can select these free. So that's what that is. Let me just pop those bits back quickly. But I'm using what I would call the B side of the papers, so the not strawberry size. So this is the first one that I'm using. So I'm using this green plaid, which is on the back of this particular pattern. And I've got a granny apple green card base. And let me just burnish that a bit better. And these are not going to be complicated cards. So this is going to go down here. Then I've got my donkeys. It's a fuzz. I need to colour my donkeys. I'm going to have my donkeys. Those are almost the same. Here. Oh, those don't fit. Okay, I'm going to trim these down a bit. Because they are actually... maybe if I do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim these down a teeny weeny bit. But that's fine. I have to say I was less planned than I normally am, and let's face it, I'm not normally that planned at all. So these are 5 centimetre squares, which is about 2 inches. I'm going to trim them down to 1 3/4 inches. So all I'm going to do is chop from the bottom, purely because I just want them to be kind of there. I don't want them too large. I might actually cut a bigger piece of the green, because the piece of green was cut so that they were... Morning, Sharon. So yes, the piece of green was cut when these were going to be 5 centimetres, and I don't know that it's going to be quite right. Yeah, it might be right. Except I'm probably going to cut another piece of green, which is fine. Right, so I'm going to trim this slightly differently. because I want more of its head. So I want 1 3/4. But yes, I was getting ready, and one of my father's friends kindly rang to find out how he was, which was lovely, apart from the fact I was already running late for this. So yes, it has been quite a time consuming few days, which is fine. I really don't have any issue spending time on my father or with my father. I had a really nice conversation with him last night for half an hour. Woohoo! Which, bearing in mind he was hogging the hospital phone, I thought was pretty good going. So this was 2 inches. I'm going to go up to 2.5, 3. Let's see. I think just 2.5 actually. Oh, let's split the difference and go 2 3/4. So yes, life has just rather run away with me the last few days. Can't imagine why. 5 3/8. I will try and remember to put these measurements on my website. Put that down. These will be up tomorrow. Morning from snowy Indiana. I gather that the weather in the States is just ridiculous. That there's heavy snow down in Texas, for crying out loud. So yeah, weird. It's finally warming up here. So things are getting back to something approaching a bit more normal. Right, so I want that there, that there. That's not quite as twisted as I wanted. In fact, no, I'm going to have that one there, and that one there. Perfect. Right, obviously they need colouring. So let me colour those. I'm going to stick my piece of paper down first so that I know I've got that ready to go. I don't know how many of you follow my personal timeline. I posted a picture of some of the icicle sculpture, for want of a better word, that is round us, or was round us, and another demo, Joe Blackman posted one around where she is, which was stunning, and it's on my timeline. So if you go and look at Liz Yuille rather than Liz Yuille Old Stables Crafts, you'll see it as a comment. Oh, stunning. Right, so crumb cake is all I'm going to be using on this one. So really quick colouring. I'm not going to be doing anything particularly exciting. This would have been one of the things that I would have got done when I was prepping, but it's fine. I had a really nice conversation with the lady who rang me, who is a very, very old friend of my parents, well, my father now, yeah, so it was really nice to catch up with her. That's that. Let's give him a mane. Right, I just want to use the other end. You're all suddenly being terribly quiet, and I know you like watching me colour. It's just slightly alarming when people stop commenting. But anyway, if you are by any chance watching this on YouTube, now would be a perfect time to subscribe to my channel. I am on a quest at the moment to get up to 10,000 subscribers, because magic things happen at 10,000 subscribers. It's a bit like on Instagram when you get 10,000 followers, magic things happen. It's the algorithm likes those nice round numbers. So yes, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe, because it would be wonderful. So yes, this is not, you know, difficult colouring. Some of it's even inside the lines, good grief. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and then this will be pretty much done. These are quick cards. I'm not expecting these to be complicated. So yes, I very nearly didn't use the donkeys this morning. I very nearly used the chickens, Then I remembered that, of course, the chickens are available for longer than the donkeys, so it was better to use the donkeys while I still had the chance. Hence we're using the donkeys, but I will show you the chickens and the dyes that go with them, because if you are looking for an order to qualify for my bog off, the chickens may be the way to go. Can't remember how much they are, but they will certainly help you on the way. Actually, I might do that darker as well. So, as I say, not exactly complicated colouring. I've only got out 2 sets of blends for this morning, which are these and Poppy Parade. So you don't always have to have a huge number of blends. But I'll finish this card and then I might show you the chickens, and then I'll do the next card, and then I'll show you the only available for demonstrators or people who join during February butterfly bouquet. It's stunning. I'm not a huge butterfly fan. I like them, but it's not, you know, the be all and end all for me. Right, so I want that one there. That one. So I'm kind of going for a. He's jumping. Up a wee bit, and open up a wee bit. There we go. Right, I'm going to pop those on to dimensionals. And then we're nearly done with that. I will be doing some stamping because I want one of the sentiments. Oh, and later on I will be showing you my sample for this week's The Spot Challenge. We're doing birthday cards, so lots and lots of fun. Birthday cards are always helpful. Never a month goes by but that there are birthday cards that are needed. So birthday cards, good. Right. So as you can see, that's really precisely put in place. And once I've got these down, I'll hold them up so that you can see the colouring. As I say, not that it's complicated colouring. So I can now use the line to help me position, because there's a line in the plaid. Like that. So this is what we've got so far, and then I'm just going to grab a small piece of Whisper White, my Granny Apple Green ink pad, which I actually got out. I did get most things sorted out, it was just I didn't do all the colouring that I had hoped to do in advance, and the sizing and stuff. So this is just hee-haw. I'll go that way. So Granny Apple Green ink. So I've done all of most of the stamping. No, I'll rephrase that. I've done the stamping for this card, but I will need to do some more stamping. So let's just chop my hee-haw with my mini trimmer and just trim that down a wee bit more. Actually, no, if I go there, then that will be even both ends. So that's my e-oh. So that I'm going to pop just, I was thinking I'll do it there, but actually I might do it down there. Yeah. Change of plan. Are they going to be big enough for big dimensionals? Yeah. Just. Don't you love that the backings come off dimensionals? The years that I spent trying to get the backs off foam dots. Oh, dimensionals every time, really easy. So my hee-haw is going to go straight and there. And I'm going to, let's see, what shall I add? I have embellishment in mind and I can't decide what. Oh, I could use some of those, couldn't I? Let's use some of my opal rounds. So this is the ordering special. So if you use the host code and your order is at least £45, you get these. If your order is at least £45, whether you use the host code or not, you will get the bog off. So yes, I just want these to kind of flow. I'm going to randomly, actually no, I'm going to put it there. It is sort of still a triangle, it's just a very flat triangle. I do like my triangles. And the last thing I want to add is some linen trim, which I've had for so long it's on a card. The new linen trim comes on a reel, which means you don't have to do this straightening it out malarkey, because it's on a reel. So I'm just going to do a double bunny ears or Auntie Betty bow. Auntie Betty bow is specific to my family because my Aunt Betty is my aunt, my father's youngest sister. Not younger, but youngest. So both his sisters were older than him. But maybe just under there. I just want something there. So I think we'll pop it under there. So mini glue dot folded in half like that. So we just got this little blob of glue. I know it's not terribly in focus, but you can sort of see it. And then we can pop those there and then pop him under the corner of that. So that's there. Now if you want this to go in a specific place, you can turn it that way. Otherwise a tiny dot of liquid adhesive will pop that in place. Let me show you that and then we can come back to it later. So just a dot there and a dot there. Pop the lid back on. So I don't know if you can see these tiny little dots of adhesive, and I'll just pop my twine in place and then grab a block. What did we do before blocks? To hold that in place. Now obviously it's going to be easier when you don't move it, but I'm moving it and popping it on top of my Granny Apple Green ink pad. Right, next one is our little chum, and we're going Pacific Point. So I have a Pacific Point. I will be doing the liners in a minute. Pacific Point card base. I'm going to get the outsides done first. So this is going to be tone on tone. I love this. I'm not a great fan of Pacific Point, but it really works on this plaid, and obviously with this, the blueberry pattern on the paper. So there's a question. What is your least favourite Stampin' Up colour? Now, I'm not saying the one you use least, but your least favourite. It's like people ask, what's my favourite colour? And my favourite colour isn't necessarily the same as the one I use most. Because I use soft suede most. Is it my favourite colour? I like it, but I wouldn't say it's my favourite. Okay, so that's that. Scrap of paper, otherwise known as a delivery note. Now I'm going to be deliberately stamping off the paper for this. You like that paper too. It's just, I'm hoping that they might bring it back as a paper. I don't know that they will, but you know, one can hope. It's been such a success. It's just so pretty. It's so usable because it's got the B side. It's a really usable paper. So, but yes, so what's your least favourite Stampin' Up colour? Now I know not all of you have used Stampin' Up for a terribly long time, but equally I know that some of you have. So it's always nice to know what your least favourite colours are. Just realised I don't know if I've got my volume up loud. Hopefully that's either better or no worse. Right, so that's those. I'm going to be kind of leaving those to one side for a moment while I tidy that up. I'm also going to do my stamping for my sentiment because I need this to be dry, and Memento does take a wee while to dry. So here, for example, I've got rather a lot of Memento still to dry, and down here where I didn't ink the stamp particularly well. So while we're waiting, let me grab my Pacific Point. You're all being very shy about which your least favourite colour is. Calypso Coral. Thank you, Ali. I was going to say, you're all being very, very quiet. My least favourite colour. My least favourite colour. Actually, and I used it yesterday, Pear Pizzazz. Not a fan. Really don't like it. I'm really not sure why we kept it. I just, when we did the big revamp of the colours a couple of years back, why? It's a horrible colour. It's a nothing colour. But I did use it yesterday. So it's not that I don't use it, I just don't particularly like it. Can't even remember what I used it for now. Oh well, can't have been. Oh, I know what it was. Yes, it's for. So I don't know why I've taken that off. I'm part of a design team called the Stamping Glam Squad, and that's another thing that if you order through me, and again I think it's £45. Can't remember, but it's on my website. If you spend at least £45 with me on an order, you get that month's Glam Squad project, and again I post those out at the beginning of the following month. I say post, I email them out because they're PDFs, and the Pear Pizzazz was on one of those. So Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo. We're in that orange pink range, aren't we? And I kind of know where you're coming from. Orange pinks are really weird. So yeah, I can understand. Right, so we're going to do very complicated. Oh, I just need to. I'm going to add another lot of blends. So I'm going Granny Apple Green. Yeah, so we're definitely in that orange. Oh, Blushing Bride. Yeah, as pinks go, it's not my favourite. I'm not anti-Blushing Bride, but it's not my favourite. So this is the light crumb cake again. And I'm going to use the bullet end, or the brush end, so that it's reasonably quick colouring for most of my donkeys. And I'm still going to colour the donkeys that are chopped off. I could be really unkind and give him so saffron teeth, couldn't I? Because I think donkeys are... Pear Pizzazz, thank you, Jan. Another one on the Pear Pizzazz. Auntie. Yeah, as I say, I think it's just a nothing colour. It doesn't really know what it's trying to be, and it doesn't achieve anything as far as I'm concerned. Right, so that's all the big spaces. I'm going to do his ears slightly differently for this one. A little bit of a tail and just his legs. Now, if I was going to ask you what your favourite colour is, I know which one Jan's would be without even asking. And let's just say she was very, very pleased when mint macaron came back, because it was her favourite colour, and she joined just as it was retiring. I mean, literally, just as it was retiring. And it came back! So, one happy team member. Oh yes, that's the other thing. Do remember, I was going to show you the chickens, wasn't I? I will show you the chickens and the butterflies. Do remember that there is still the joining offer for the rest of February. So if you want to join Stamping Up, you need to do it during sale-a-bration, because then you get the usual £99 cost, including P&P, for £130 of goodies. But during sale-a-bration you also get 5 packs of 6x6 designer series paper worth £53.75 on top, and it's the it's what will be the in colour, not the in colour, the colour family papers in the new annual. So it's the current carrying over in colours. So the cinnamon cider, bumblebee, all those ones, and then each of the colour families. So really good 6x6 papers. Any of the blues is your favourite? Renee, are you on the favourites now or the least favourites? I'm guessing in the favourites. Of course, we all know what Dina Rico's favourite colour is. It's Coastal Cabana, the colour that lets us know that God loves us. And I have to say, I do like Coastal Cabana. I wasn't around when Coastal Cabana was in colour, but I'm really pleased that it's with us as a proper member of the family now. Really pretty. So yes, any of the blues are your favourites. Good. Yeah, I say, but I'm not a great fan of Pacific Point. It's the one I order least frequently, although I probably need to order some more. Right, so I've got my Poppy Parade for my rose, and I'm just going to go one colour, bright rose. Cherry Cobbler is also in this pattern paper, which means that you know it's going to work with the pattern papers, which is always good. And this is the dark Granny Apple Green. Because these are sort of cartoony, I think the dark is a better colour. So those are, hello Mary Beth, 5 AM in a 5:30 AM in a cold, snowy Tennessee. I was just saying to the others, I gather that the States have been hit with the most appalling weather. So this is going on here, and I know it's bigger than my paper. That's a bit of fuzz. I would say I'm still on Whisper White. I've got Basic White, and I will be doing a video any day now on a comparison between Basic and Whisper White. But yes, I've got quite a lot of Whisper White to get through, so I'll probably, thank you for sharing, Rachel, I'll probably be using Whisper White for quite a while to come. What I'm likely to do though is switch over to Basic White for my tutorial classes in a box. I'm hoping, and I've already got people queuing for it, I'm hoping that my masculine class will be ready to go later this week. In fact, it will be. I'm hoping maybe later today, because I want that to have a deadline before the end of the month, so that I can kind of get back on track, because my January class went out late because of the whole shipping issue. See, I'm now not sure. Yeah, we'll come over that way a bit. So I'm overlapping the white a tiny amount, but mostly it's excuse me, definitely. You know what it is? It's because I've been, in the nicest sense of this, shouting down the phone at my father. Because he is, bless him, very deaf. Ooh, I wonder. I think technically these are real red, but I think we can get away with them. So I think we'll use those. So yes, I think that's actually what's causing my throat to be a bit sore. Yes, they are definitely real red, but if I keep them far enough apart, they'll be fine. These are from the snail mail suite. And use a few of them. And last one. I like my odd numbers. Just saying. I'm going to keep this away from the back end of a donkey. Just saying. Don't want it near the back end of a donkey. It's going to look unfortunate. Otherwise, so I think we'll just tuck it there. So we've got that kind of zigzag down to the hee-haw. So that's that. Now, let me just stop for one moment and show you the butterflies. This arrived yesterday. This is the Butterfly Brilliance early release. It's going to be available in March. So let me pull out the papers. So the stamp set and the dies will be in the new annual catalogue, but the papers and the specialty paper will not. They're just going to be around basically while stocks last. But they are gorgeous papers. If you like that watercolour look, but you don't like the mess, this is for you. Look at that! It's beautiful! It's ombre butterflies. Love it. And then just some usable backgrounds as well. But just, if you like butterflies and you like watercolour, this is going to be one for you. So that's the paper. Let me just see if I can slip it back in, and then I'll let you know what the colours are. Unhelpfully on the demo website, I think they just say shades of aqua, pink. I don't think they actually list the colours, but they are on the back of the paper, so it's fine. So it's Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, sorry, Calypso Coral, sorry, Just Jade, Magenta Magnus, Mango Melody, Mint Macaron Jan, Misty Moonlight, Poppy Parade, So Saffron, and it's on a white background. So that's that. The stamp set is one stamp set, or one stamp, but then the dies are also one. Let me just pull that out. And you get the individual ones as well. So you can stamp your butterflies and then die cut them out in one go, and one pass through your cut and emboss, the large cut and emboss. Well, Pam, March is when you're going to be able to get hold of them. So watch this space. They may even be a class. Just saying, possibly going to be a class. And then you've got your individual butterflies that are filigree, plus some textures. So you've got these bricks, you've got splodges, you've got like tin tile, little butterflies, so really lovely. The dies do die cut some of the images on the paper, and then this is Natural Touch specialty paper. and you get 2 sheets in the pack, and it's basically like a wood veneer. So one side is, this is the wrong side, but it's kind of, you know, you could use it. And then this side, which is basically like a wood veneer, and it has got texture on it. So it has got a grain on it. Really lovely. So let me just pop that away, and then I will show you what I got up to yesterday afternoon. So this is how the stamps, and this is it with the current in colours, as in the ones that are carrying over. So Magenta Madness, Just Jade, blah blah blah. But look at these. Aren't they just stunning? The detail is amazing. Now I did use the Stamparatus for this, just so that I knew I was going to get a really good stamp, but actually it's stamped first time. The only bit that was a little blonde was the bit right in the middle, which is often the way with a large stamp, but really, really pretty. So, as I say, that possibly will be next month's, as in March, class in the mail. Right, so that's that. I will show you the chickens later. In fact, I might do the chickens next month, and then I don't know. I'll be doing the chickens and the butterflies in the foreseeable future. This is the linen thread that we stuck down. So it's now beautifully stuck down. Just a tiny touch of Tombow and then a block on top, and that deals with that really nicely. Which reminds me, I wanted to have linen thread on everything that I was making, which would be a whole lot easier if I hadn't buried my linen thread. I know it's on my table. Oh, there it is. I've buried it underneath my resin hearts. I knew I buried it under something. So I'm going to do a double knot this time. The butterflies are stunning, Ali. I mean, they are. I don't think they are going to be... I don't think they're going to come across as fantastic as they actually are on video. I think they need to be seen in real life, but they are absolutely stunning. But yes, definitely going to be a class in the mail, because the papers are just amazing as well. And you get a lot of paper. I mean, you get the usual 48 sheets, but instead of 2 sheets each of 24 designs or whatever it is, no, four sheets each of 12 designs, you're getting more. So there are fewer designs. You're just getting more of them. So perfect for a class, because it means I can split the papers more, which means that you can get more in the kit, more variety in the kit, I mean. But yes, love them. Right, that's just a little bit long. So this is a double bow. So all I've done is taken 2 lengths together. Well, I just folded it in half, and then tied it as one. So you get the double loops and the double ends. And then I'm just going to, you can use Tombow for this. And I probably, if I was doing this with peace and quiet and not needing to finish in a time frame, I would probably use Tombow. But for speed, I'm going to use mini glue dots. So just half a mini glue dot, and we get that little bow down in the corner. Right, last one. Whew, marathon. Right, so we're going Poppy Parade this time. So I have got a Poppy Parade mat, and then we will do liners. I'm going to try and train myself to always have liners in my cards. Right, so this is going to come down there. These are going to be there, but they're going to be cut. So let's stamp these first in my memento. So this is the last of the donkeys that's in the Darling Donkeys. And I'm going to do something that's going to look really odd. but there is method in my madness. There's always method in my madness, it's just whether there's logic. So that's one, and I'm going to do the other one the other way up, but that's only because I'm going to cut the piece out of the middle. So it means I know that this is at the bottom of its piece, and I don't have to worry about gaps. So I know that that is roughly the same distance from the bottom as the other one. And then I can come in with my chopper. I'm going to go that way actually, because this one has been stamped longer. So I think I'll go, let's see, 2 3/4, 5, just doing some mental arithmetic. I'm going to try 2 5/8. I think that's probably going to be about right. So 2 5/8. Yeah. And actually that will do very nicely as my piece for my hee-haw. So let's get my hee-haw done. Thank you for sharing, Bee. So Poppy Parade ink and hee-haw. Other languages are available, and they are actually available. Right, I'm not going to cut this down until I've done this, because what I want is for the hee-haw to come in the gap in the middle, and to cover up the gap. So I'm going to stick these bits down first, and all I'm going to do is stick the end and then just go down the middle. They're not wide, so they're not, it's not as if they have to be particularly well stuck on the sides. And then, so if I do that, about there, and this one about the same on the other side. In the same way up, although it may not be absolutely obvious at first sight, there is a right way up and a wrong way up of this paper, as in I want the pattern to run across the page. That looks about right. So there's a dark stripe here, and it would look odd if I'd done it the other way around. And then we're going to have this one. I'm going to have to cut them down. I wanted them small. Oh, I haven't even done them the same size. Definitely going to have to cut them down. There was me doing my measurements really badly, apparently. So, oh, because I did 3/8, not 5/8. Okay, that's fine. So this is only Whisper White, so it's easy enough to cut through 2 layers at once. And by doing that, it means that I will end up with 2 pieces that are the same size, as opposed to 2 pieces that were not. So we're coming out at 2 5/8. And then that can go there. That makes me happier. That can go there, and then we can have our hee-haw in the middle, which I'm actually going to back with some Poppy Parade. So I need a scrap. Enter 1 scrap of Poppy Parade. Right, so colouring. Very quick colouring. What time is it? Good grief, it's nearly 12 o'clock. Okay, so quick colouring. And we're going to do the same basic, you know, add lots of crumb cake and then come in, oh, and try and stay in that inside the line would be a plan. And then we'll have a proper look at those, and we'll also look at the chickens. So I am in the process of finishing off my masculine card class, although saying that, one of the projects which the people that bought the last card class have already seen, is this. So it's not masculine at all, but it's using the well-suited. So yes, and it's going to have two, I'm planning at least, two gift packages, and they're both very different from each other. So yes, really looking forward to finishing that off. And as I say, I'm hoping to launch that later this week. Ideally, I want to get it out tomorrow, but I need to have finished all the samples and finished the maths before I launch that. But watch this space. If you want to know about these card classes, the best way to get the information is to sign up to my newsletter, because that is how I promote them initially. And that is also where I can put a PayPal button, because one of the kind of weird things about Stampin' Up is we can have PayPal buttons in an email, which is what a newsletter is, but not on our website for things like card classes. So just, yeah, go figure. So yes, my newsletter is the best place for that. Otherwise I have to send invoices and stuff like that, which is fine, I can do that. It just takes a little more time. Excuse me, need some more coffee. Yes, this is definitely I didn't project properly. Right, so I need that to be yay long. So about yay long. Yeah. So let's chop that down, and then I can put it on a piece of Poppy Parade. So I want it to be yay long. And then, ooh, that little piece there will do nicely. Woohoo! Don't you love it when things actually come together really well? Doesn't always happen, mind you, but sometimes. Ooh, that's an even smaller piece. So let's pop that on there. Then I can chop that down, and then chop this down. Perfect, that can go in the bin, that can go back in the scraps. Right, okay, so this is just going to go straight onto the card base. So let's just get these positioned properly. So up a little bit and across a little bit. There we go. Do you do kits with just consumables? Absolutely, Ali. That is, so what I do, my kits are just the consumables, and then you can add on the stamp set and or dies, so that would be perfect for you. So they come basically as a ready-made kit. I mean, not ready-made because they're not ready-made, but they come with everything that you need in order to put the cards together, with the possible exception of things like sentiments, because obviously we're not allowed to sell pre-stamped sentiments. So it would be perfect for you, Ali. So if you aren't already on my newsletter, sign up to that. You can do that via my Facebook page and also my website. Probably the best way to do it, and that is oldstablescrafts.co.uk. So yes, absolutely. And you know, sometimes demos buy them, so you know, that's fine too. it's a way of getting a little bit of, not everything, but you know, if you don't want the whole pack of paper, for example, you'll get, normally I do a half pack of paper, and then bits to go with it, so embellishments, ribbons, twines, whatever seems appropriate, and the card. That would be fantastic, Ellie. So I'm going to do quite long tails on this. Then I will very quickly do some insides, and then I will show you the chickens, and we'll have a quick recap before we go. So yeah, I want longish tails. So, and I don't mind if they're not exactly the same length, I just like them to be roughly the same length. And that's going to go just in there, I think. I wouldn't say just 10 ladies, Ali. I would say 10 ladies. And I would also... You didn't. Oh, I'm thrilled. So I have a real bugbear. The number of times, and you didn't, and I'm thrilled that you didn't. The number of times I see people say, I'm only a hobby demo. Hobby demo is not a Stampin' Up phrase. It's something that seems to have been just adopted, and I don't know why. Everyone, although I don't like, in a way I don't like the word demo, because it makes it feel as if you have to demonstrate, and you don't. You so don't. I think member almost is better, because if you were joining my team, for example, I would say you're becoming a member of my team. So why do we have to become a demonstrator? I think we become a member of Stampin' Up. Anyway, you didn't say it, so I'm thrilled, because I have an issue with that. Right, I'm just going to pop this to one side to dry. Let's not put it on top of the stamp set that I'm then going to want to open. That really wouldn't be clever. Right, so that's now got a block on it. So let me just grab my pre-cut, because that's what I do. 1, 2, 3 bases. And the other thing, Ali, is I'm very happy for demos to use my projects, so long as they credit me as the original designer. I'm really very happy. The only thing I would say is please don't share the links to the videos, because I do videos for my projects. So those are unlisted YouTube. Right, okay, so we're going to go colour on colour, as in green for green, etc, etc. So my green one goes that way. So this is Granny Apple Green, and I'm literally going to do exactly the same thing on the inside of each, but at least I will have done it. So we'll have some sparkles like that. So 3 little areas of sparkle. So that goes with the Granny Apple Green. We need to clean that off. Audrey, that's a nice way of putting it, actually. Do you know, one of my team, I don't know if, I'm assuming, Audrey, you don't sign up for DBWS. One of my team, who always said that she was not really planning to run a business, she has, however, signed up for DBWS, and she's getting orders, because on the new DBWS, you can get orders just for being near someone. So your mum and a friend are adding to your sales. Well, that's love. That's how most people start. So I really wouldn't I really wouldn't say you've only got 10 people in your, or approximately 10 people in your class. I think that's fantastic. You haven't done DBWS, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, it is an expense, although you do get 2 months free if you've never had it. And you can do that whenever you want. So you can sign up, you know, 5 years after you join Stamping Up if you want. And you get two months free. But yes, so one of my girls she was thrilled on the last team meeting that we did. She said, I've got 2 customers. So I was absolutely thrilled for her. And it makes perfect sense that they are local to her, because she's told me where they're from, and they are smudged. They are local to where she lives. Somewhere, and I can't find, oh, there it is. I have a mono eraser. So this is just a sand eraser. It's just I've smudged the blue ink somehow, but it just takes off little bits. So it's always quite useful to have one of those. Do you know, I think, well, we all start as our own best customer, because that's kind of how we get into it. I'm just going to turn that over so it's not quite so dirty. That's better. Right, okay, so now we're on Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to pop them all together and we'll have a look at some chickens. So again, hey there friend, and sparkles. And I'm just doing 1st and 2nd generation. Could probably get 3rd out of the Poppy Parade and the Pacific Point without any stress, but I will just do 2. So let's bring them back in so that we can have a look at them and pop their liners in. I'm going to leave the red one for a little bit, because that was the last one we did and it is still drying with the Tombow. So all I do to get them inside, let's clear some of the mess off my desk, shall we, is exactly the same idea. So I'm just doing corners and middle of each of the sides, and I'm using Seal because it's a flat dry adhesive. Tombow's fine, but it can leave a bit of a runkle, and I always like to put a piece in the middle. And by runkle I just mean a little bit of a... You were allocated a demonstrator close to where you live before you found me. Well, exactly. So that's fine. Dare I say, you can shop with as many demonstrators as you want. And Pam did actually email me and said, was it all right if she shopped with me, because she was shopping with somebody else. The analogy I always use is something like Boots or Sainsbury's. You get to choose which 1 or 5 of those you shop in, and it's the same with demonstrators. So, you know, you can try us out for size. Some of us work better for some people than for others. So if you wanted in-person classes, even without there being a pandemic, when obviously that's a problem, certainly in the UK still, I don't do really in-person classes. I do a coffee and card drop-in, which is what this is the replacement for at the moment. So I go to a local coffee shop and gather with anyone who wants to play with stamp, ink and paper. And that's how I found Jan, or how Jan found me. But if you want in-person classes, I'm not the person for you, because I don't do them. That's never been my modus operandi. I have always intended this to be an online thing, because it means that to a certain degree I can do it in my, you know, when I want to, rather than to a set agenda. Now that I'm doing lives, I do obviously do it to a set agenda. But so this one I'm going to leave just with the linen ribbon or linen thread, and again we've got the little dots keeping the tails in place. This one I've got the resin hearts, and although these are real red, they're just far enough away from the Poppy Parade as to be okay. And then this one we've got the opal rounds, which I do love, and those are going to be the ordering special for this month, or they are the ordering special for this month. So that's those. Now chickens. So, some of you will remember Hey Chick, which was a sale-a-bration stamp set in 2017. I did have it. I have more than one of it, and I sold them because they were sale-a-bration and I didn't need them anymore. So that was fine. This is some of the... I'm prepping already. Absolutely, Pam, you can go at your own pace online. Thank you, Ali. I'm so pleased you like them. So these are the dies. So let's just move that a little bit so that one's back on the paper properly. So there's a die for each of the characters. So each of the 4 characters. Then we've got the chicken wire, which is what I have already used. So that's the chicken wire. There's a notice. This makes up corn. So like sweet corn. So there's the corn, the sweet corn, which emboss. There's the husks for the sweet corn. Lots and lots of the sweet corn. There's some little seedy bits. There's a trunk and a chicken coop. And some eggs with speckles on. So that is the Hey Chick. So that's the one that goes, if you've already got the stamp set, you can just get the dies. Thank you, Priscilla. So that's those. And then, and I have to say I love this, you're a good egg, Hey Chick, and have a happy day. And then Hey Birthday Chick, which is in the mini catalogue. We've got Happy Birthday, You're Still a Spring Chicken, Best of Cluck, Let's Celebrate You. And then we've got the same characters, but in birthday mode. And then for the dies, we have got, again, a die for each of the characters. We've got a picket fence, a happy birthday. This is like footprints, just embossed. We've got a banner, or, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not banner. Anyway, you know what I mean. A sack of corn, a bow tie, and a little chick that's actually hatched. So really, really sweet sets. And you can get them individually. You can get each of them as a bundle, and they're going to be around... Oh, I can't remember when they stop. Bear with me, let me find out. Thank you, Nora. I'm so pleased you like the cards. Let me just hide my login details. Possibly not the best thing to do on camera. Right, so let me see. Learn more. Till the 30th of June. There will be a point at which it will be all while stocks last, just so that you know. But yes, till the 30th of June. So you've got a long time to get hold of these. So that's always good to know. But if you get them in February, you get sale-a-bration items. And please, even if you've got all the sale-a-bration items you want, you can always buy them, or not buy them, you can always get them free and gift them to other people. Have the donkeys but not the paper, but we'll certainly give them a go. You can use any paper, that's the joy. I just happen to use, because we are in the last couple of weeks of sale-a-bration, I'm using sale-a-bration items. So yeah, use any paper. Now, the spot challenge is birthday cards, as I mentioned earlier. And this is my little birthday card. So it's using the Woodland Wonder stamp set, which is really cute. So this is the Woodland Wonder stamp set, and I've used the happy birthday, but you've got congratulations and hope your day stacks up to be one good thing on top of another. Got hip hip hooray, yay from all of us, and all sorts of little bits and pieces. So this is my card, but it expands down, so it can actually sit not on a slick surface. Let's try that on something that's not so slick. So it can just sit. Or what you can do is you can have it so that it's sitting on the edge of a shelf. So you have up to here on the shelf, that's my hand to be the shelf, and then you've got this little bit hanging off your shelf. So really cute. Hopefully it's fun. I have to say I lifted the idea from the catalogue, because why wouldn't you? So yes, but do go and have a look at the other cards. There are some stunning cards that the other members of the design team have done. And then have a go. You don't need to have a website to give it a go. You can do it off Instagram. You just have to use the hashtag #TheSpotChallenge, and you can enter from Instagram. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Do remember, sale-a-bration, wherever you are in the world, we've got sale-a-bration until the end of February. We've got the joining offer until the end of February with the extra papers. If you're in the UK and you would like to shop with me, £45 using the host code will get you the Opal rounds. We'll also get you a goodie bag of retired items. And even if you don't use the host code, you'll still get the goodie bag. So if your order is over £150, I wouldn't use the goodie bag, the host code. I'd get my own host rewards, but you'll still get your buy one get one free. And there are already two people who have got over £150 orders who have got goodie boxes that have got over 200. Well, one of them's got over £200 of buy one get one free, so there is no limit, but it is per order. I'm not adding them together, and they go out once a week. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe, stay well. I will be on YouTube on Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock, all things being equal, and I only put that caveat because of my father, and then on YouTube on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Those are UK times. Have a great day, and I will see you very soon.